Hi, my name is Janet, and this is my instructional video on a roller set. We are going to do placement of the roller on the hair to create volume or direction of the curl. And today I'm going to show you the different ways of doing that to create more volume. And by the end of my video, you will be able to actually see the effects. This is Zoe, and Zoe is my model today. And as you can see, she's got fairly long hair. So the style that we are going to be doing is more of a longer, bouncier curl. And we are going to try and get some volume up top here and have some nice big bouncy curls all through the bottom. And we are also going to make sure that the back stays nice and smooth just through the crown area, but then finishes with some nice big bouncy curls as well. So the secret to finishing with a great hairstyle is making sure you do a good planning and as what you want to do and how you're going to do it. Now you can do this style with a curling iron, you can use hot rollers. I'm going to use your old-fashioned typical rollers with pins. Okay, so basically we're just going to get the hair all saturated, and this time if you're doing it on a real person, I'm just choosing not to today, but you can put a setting lotion in the hair just to help keep the curls nice and smooth. Zoe's hair is workable, and we are just going to keep it nice and clean, and therefore it won't get so sticky while I'm working with it as I'm demonstrating. So basically, as I'm saturating her hair, I'm making a plan, and I'm feeling that to get some nice height on top, we are going to need to section it off just above her eyebrow and make a nice little part for her in such a direction as so. So my plan will be to place rollers that are on base, which will create the most volume for our style. So I'm going to make the rollers go this way all the way down, and then we'll get more into the back as to how we want to do that. So I'm just going to move Zoe a little closer so that you can actually understand what I'm saying in regards to on base. Now when you're sectioning, it is very important to have clean sections and keep in mind the size of your roller. The size of your roller, of course, will determine the size of your curl. So when you're making your section as to how big of a piece to actually take to use, you need to take in consideration the size of your roller. So we have about a 1-inch roller here. So it's about 2 inches long and about 1 inch wide. As I say, a 1-inch roller. So we're going to create a section that will allow for this. So taking a 1-inch section as so, you can see nice and clean that it is about as wide as the roller. So to create an on base set with your roller, you will need to comb your hair nice and tight at a 45-degree angle away from where you want the curl to sit. Just make sure it's nice and wet here. And we're just going to take the ends and pinch them together, keeping your tension nice and tight, following around. Now this is when it can get a little tricky. You can use your comb to tuck your ends in and keep them nice and smooth. Just slowly get it going around, and as you go all the way down, you will notice that it ends up on the base. This giving you the ultimate in your volume, just as so. Okay, so for the bang area, we're going to continue going down, again, only an inch wide, combing it up, being careful not to disturb the one behind, combing it up and away at a 45-degree angle, pinch your ends together, get control of your hair, and again, smoothing it around the roller, very carefully, tucking it in. The nice thing about these old-fashioned is you can stick your finger inside so it's out of the way as you're carefully keeping the tension nice and tight to get a nice finish in your actual curl. And again, it is on the base. Now that we've done the front, we are going to go into the back. Now to do the back, we are going to start from the bottom and work our way up. So therefore, we need to section it out so that the top part where we want to keep a nice flat smooth crown is tucked out of our way. So we're just going to go above the ear and we're going to section from the top of this ear all the way to the top of the other ear. And we're just going to make a nice clean section. Make sure it's the same all the way off across. And that looks pretty good. And just pin it up out of the way. So as you can see, it's from one ear to the next. Okay? And then we're still going to section it even a little bit more because obviously that is too much hair to work with. And if we're working from the bottom up, we need to start with a 1-inch section on the bottom. So therefore, we're just going to take the bottom, find our 1 inch, go straight across, and pin the rest away. Pin that out of the way. And as you can see, we have our 1 inch piece along the bottom, which is wide enough for a roller. So we'll start with our first roller on the bottom. And again, we're just doing a simple half on, half off base. And we're just going to keep our tension nice and smooth, keeping it nice and taut, and clip it into place. We'll do the other side just to keep it nice and solid. There we are. So then we're just going to take this air here and we're going to take another section, 1 inch all the way across, like so. Here we are. And we're just going to simply pin this out of our way. And now we're going to split it in two. Okay, nice and clean from root out. And we're going to start actually creating a bricklaying effect. And I'll show you once I've got these rollers in place. Put that into place, nice and secure on the side. Hairs. Let's fix that. There we go. So now once I get this in place, you will start to see somewhat a bricklaying layer type effect. Okay, and now we're going to do this next, and we're going to actually have a roller in the center and then 2 on the side, so then we'll have 3 going across. And that's looking like a little bit thick, so we'll just make sure it's not too much. Get that out of my way. And a little bit on this side, that looks okay. Start on this side, make my way around. Again, nice and tight. Tuck your ends in. Keep your tension for 90 degrees straight out, landing half on and half off your base. And securing it in place. And again, the next one. There we go. Securing it into place. There we go. And the last one on this side. So, there we go. Smooth your ends in. Keep it nice and tight. Even tension gives you nice bouncy curls. There we are. So now we have a bit of a bricklayer effect. So now to get that nice smooth top, we're actually going to over direct a lot of this hair. So we only need 3 more rollers. And how we do this is we just carefully comb it out nice and smooth, being careful not to disrupt the ones underneath. And we're going to make a section of the length of our roller. Not quite as long, but about so. I'll show you here once I get it nice and cleanly sectioned out and straight down this way. And by parting it like so, we get a nice effect. So as you can see, we have a nice simple straight section coming straight down the hair, and we're going to keep it nice and smooth, and we're going to direct it 45 degrees down, so keeping it nice and smooth up top here, and putting in our roller and rolling up towards the base, and we're going to actually be just before the base when we secure it down. So we'll just give it a little wiggle, keep it nice and tight, and secure it into place. And we'll do this side because there's a little bit more hair in here from over directing it. Just keeping things nice and tight. And then on this side, or these sides, we're going to carefully comb in the same manner. And again, we're combing it down towards the back, keeping it down at a 45-degree angle, nice and smooth from all the way through to the root to the end. And again, placing our roller at a 45-degree angle and working our way up. Give it a little wiggle, help it into place, nice and snug, just below the base. The base being that section that we actually sectioned out, keeping in mind our 1-inch roller. And we'll just secure this side, and then we'll just get this side done, and we'll put Zoe under the dryer to dry, and we will see the effects of our on base, half off base, and off base effect. Just like so. And on this side as well. And there you have. You can see it's coming down and it's off base, and we've clipped it just above where the base is. And this is the sectioning going all the way around to create our final look. All right, so we will put Zoe under the dryer and we'll comb her out. So we'll let her dry for a little bit and we'll get right back to this. So Zoe now has volume up top, lots of bouncy curls, and lots of bounce throughout the back. So we'll just give her a little twirl. But yet we've got a nice smooth crown going into some beautiful bouncy curls from the rollers. So I hope that you now can see the difference of the effect that you get by placing your roller on your base in the different degrees of the angles. And